What is the best product for a native advertising campaign which will turn into high profitability? In this video, we will speak exactly about the best product for Taboola and Outbrain ads. Hi everyone, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of Purple Black, a native advertising only agency. What we're doing on a daily basis is we run profitable performance marketing campaigns on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola, Outbrain, MGID RevContent, and many more. For our clients, we run a lot of very different products, but just on the first view, because if you look more detailed to this product, you will see all of those very successful products and services, they have one thing in common. And which thing this is, you will see later by yourself. You can also use this video here to analyze if your product or service is a good fit for native or not. Keep in mind, this video here is not dedicated to one specific platform like Taboola or Outbrain, for example. No, this here is general knowledge about native advertising, and it's not dedicated to one specific platform. Usually when a product is working on Taboola, it's also working on Outbrain, on Yahoo, Gemini, whatever. So this here are general rules about native advertising. So let's jump into the main idea of a funnel and of a market. I mean, you are in online marketing, you know in general how a funnel is working, and you get the main idea. But when we look from a prospect perspective, you have here very top of the funnel, the unaware people. These are prospects who are not aware that they even have a problem sometimes. I do not speak about that they don't care about your brand because they don't even know your brand, but they are not problem aware at all. So they do not have a need to change something yet on their solution. So these are the completely unaware people. Then you have the problem aware people. And those people, they are aware that they already have a problem and they do look for a solution already. So these kind of people you usually can also reach with, for example, Google search ads, because they know they have a problem and they want to solve this problem now. Then in the next step, you have the solution aware audience. And the solution aware audience, those guys, they already have like different offers, you know, they already know, okay, from this price to that price, my solution will cost me. And they are already aware of different solutions of different providers. They know, okay, this brand is doing this, that brand is doing that. So they already have like a general idea about their solution here and different providers. So those guys here, they are usually already one step before the purchase. And here they are comparing now and see, okay, where I can get the best bang for my buck. And this usually leads into aware people. And aware people in general, those guys, they want to have the best offer. So those guys are now selecting the best offer to choose something to make a purchase, aka in online marketing, to make a conversion. This is pretty simple, and I'm guessing you already heard this 100 times. Important to understand when it comes to native advertising is that native advertising is a very top of the funnel channel. So what I mean by this is native advertising is not working with things like interest-based targeting. So you shoot completely broad when it comes to native ads. You do not have like an interest-based targeting. You do have a bit of targeting, but in general, you are starting pretty broad. Sooner or later with optimizations, you narrow down the funnel, that's right. But per se, in general, you are starting very broad. It is important to understand here. Therefore, we are speaking about the top of the funnel. The big benefit here is that you can reach out to millions of people to a very good price, but it's your job here, it's your marketing job to convince them from a completely unaware status to an aware status and to lead them into a conversion. So this here is very top of the funnel. And some brands, big brands, they're using native as a top of the funnel, and they try here then on the way down to use other platforms to convince them. They start, for example, with native, and then they will want to bring them to YouTube and convince them there with more details, blah. Long story short, as a marketer, you usually don't have this huge amount of money if you don't have like tons of VC money or so. So the main idea here is to convince the people on the platform with your ads from the very first click and lead them until the conversion. And this usually should not take too much time, because if you need way more clicks in between, that means you will get money later, and this is a pain in the ass. So you want to ensure, usually as a marketer, as a good marketer, that you can convince and convert one click into a purchase pretty fast. And that's here the hard work which you have to do, because the thing is here, this here is like a very huge audience. The audience is huge, but unfortunately, this here is hard to sell. And why it's hard to sell? Because those people are not even aware of the problem. And therefore, it's way harder. And therefore, many people are struggling, not just with native ads per se, because native ads is something different. You have to work differently with native ads. You have to understand the psychology behind native ads. And it's also technically more advanced if you compare it, for example, with a Meta ad or a TikTok ad or a Google ad. Absolutely right. But the majority of people, they have a problem here to sell their product or services to a completely unaware audience. And this is honestly, this is pretty hard. It's still pretty hard, but it's doable. That's the good news here. But what you need for this is a cold offer friendly product. So your product must be relevant for a lot of people out there. If you have a very niche product, which is just relevant for a handful of people, then the product is totally wrong for native ads. If you have a very niche B2B offer, no, it's not working for native ads. If you have a very expensive high-class product, which is just produced like 50 times and it costs $100,000, it's not working on native ads. What's working on native ads are general offers, therefore insurances, financial offers, e-commerce offers. Those are things which are working pretty well native. Another thing which you have to keep in mind is the age of the audience. So when we speak about native, we do have a bit elderly audience. So it's not working when you have a very young audience, like on other platforms like TikTok, for example. And here, if I speak about, or in general, the sweet spot is something in between 35 plus. This is the audience where you can make a lot of money. Everything like, let's say, between 25 to 34, and here let's say we have 18 to 24. Here it's pretty hard to make money. Honestly, here you can make a bit of money, but the good money is here somewhere at 35 plus. Here you can make good money because the audience is there, and you can also, the 35 is just like a main start point here, but you also have a lot of people, you have a ton of people which are 55, 65 plus more. So important here to understand is that your product or service must be relevant for an audience which is 35, 40 plus. The good news here is those guys, they usually have already a good job, they're earning good money, so they can spend more money on your offer or service. And those two key factors is something all of the brands we're working with have in common. They have a very cold offer friendly product or service. That's the first thing. And their product or service is relevant for a bit an older or mature audience. So these product or services are not for a very young audience, which is like 20, 25. No, they have products or services which are relevant for people with families, for grandchildren, for parents, for those kind of people. And if you think now, hey, I do have this constellation, I do have a cold offer friendly product or service, and it's relevant for a bit more mature audience, then you can check with us if your product or service is really relevant. Just go on our website, purple-black.com, and schedule a quick call with our experts, and they will give you consulting here to check with you together if it's relevant for native ads or not. I hope you liked that video. If so, I would extremely appreciate if you give me a thumbs up, and of course when you subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to receive an update when I upload a new video about native here on YouTube. Have a good one. See you next time.